Everybody, you know who I am, Victor Ruiz. I'm saying hello to everybody for tonight's presentation. I'm glad you're all here with me. And tonight, I'm going to be talking about something pretty much an interesting topic. And the topic is time is more valuable than money. Have you ever heard of that before? If you've never heard of that before, please comment below. If you have, tell me where you might have heard of it. Now, the person that coined it, he said time is more value than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time. That was Jim Rohn. How many of you know who Jim Rohn is? If you don't know who Jim Rohn is, he was an entrepreneur, American author, and motivational speaker. And this is a question he always posed in his different entrepreneur presentations. So one of the things that we realize is that we don't have a chance to get back time. We all in this world have 24 hours in a day to do something with. We have 7 days a week. We have 365 days in a year. So it really depends on the individual, what they do with their time and how they spend it. When you think about doing things, think about everything that you do costs money. Whether you're actually paying for it or not, your time is worth more than the money, because if you were to put dollars and cents every time you help somebody, you would put a value on that possibly. How much time did it take out of your time? If you took an hour and spent it to help somebody, how much would that cost you at your job? So it's not to say that we're looking to get money from people, but just to put a little more value on things. So when someone says, "Can I speak to you for a minute?" or "Can I have your time?" just remember, people should value your time, and of course you should value your own time. So all of us should value time a little bit more differently than we might have. So a lot of times we may take our time for granted. When we're trying to do something for somebody, our time is important to us. So if we're trying to help somebody, we put time into something and we really don't mind that we did it. Other times, people take us away from something else that we're doing, and then that time becomes valuable. Which part of that situation do you do? Do you stick to what you're doing, or do you go to this other person and help them? So you have to kind of balance your time. So it's really important how we balance our time, because like we said, it's very valuable. All right, so how many of you out there have struggled with this issue about valuing your time, people not taking your time wisely, not respecting your time? How many of you felt like that in your life, that people always want your time, but you feel flustered and you can't really, figure out the best way to balance it? But you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but yet your time is very valuable and you really need to get going. So ask yourself, what is the best way to deal with that? How many of you have, if you could answer in the comments, what is your take on doing that? If someone's asking you for your time, but you really can't give it to them, how do you manage that? How do you deal with that situation? What do you guys think about that? Please write that in the comments. So one of the things we can do is we have to posture ourselves to have some boundaries. We have to tell people, I only have 15 minutes to help you with this situation. That's all I have time for right now. Maybe another time I'll be able to do that and have a little bit more time for you. But today I can only give you 15 minutes of my time. So, and that's what you do. You pretty much set the stage that you can only give 15 minutes and then stick to that measure. Don't go past that 15 minutes, because now you're not consistent. So one of the ways you could do that with people is tell people exactly how much time you stay close to what your goal is. 15 minutes, nothing less, nothing more. That's one way of doing it. So number one, you have to have boundaries in order to sustain that period of time. Also, before that, I forgot to mention, is you have to know how much time does it take to do a certain activity. So there might be an activity that you know that you want to do, that you have to figure out how long is it going to take to do it. So when you know it takes an hour, then you can allot that time out and do it. So therefore your time is important. And then you can balance the rest of your day out. So instead of feeling overwhelmed, you could say to yourself, this task is going to take a half hour, and then boom, you get right to it and you start doing it in a half hour. So, all right. So I hope everybody's gotten value from that. So just remember, the next time you go at work, school, anywhere you're at, and someone's asking you for help or asking you for time of theirs to talk to you, think about how you're going to manage that and what's the value you're going to place on that. Because remember, time is more valuable than money. All right. Please check me out on my other Facebook page where I help people find health solutions. And you can also check me out at Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube channel by the same name, as well as Blog Talk radio program on Saturdays at 11:30. But this weekend, I'm doing one at 10:30 to 11. You can check it out at www.blogtalkradio.com/ www.blogtalkradio.com/ getting healthy today. All right, I hope everybody's has a great evening. Thank you for your time. I appreciate your time. So I just wanted to be here a short period of time, and I want everybody to have a great and prosperous week. All right, have a nice week. Take care. Bye.